Hey guys, it's Mo from Mo in the Deep End and Fry from Nap Time. And we are going to cover some new articles that came out on the Delphi case. I will be honest with you, I am about 25% done with the photo charts, and I have secured the tentatively secured the interview with a local appellate attorney to try to make sense of the shenanigans that are going on in Carroll County. So, I am working on some original content. I'm not going to just read articles at you, but as I am about as tech literate as Styx Hexenhammer, it's taking a little longer than I thought. But I am working on it. It's just turtle through peanut butter level of quickness. But we do have several articles that just came out on local news, so I figured I would let you know about them. Delphi murder suspects' attorneys ask judge to deny prosecution subpoena for medical and health records. Now, I am working on two separate big videos and/or streams. One is going to be about the memo and then the state strikes back. And that's going to have video or photo charts of who's who in the zoo and, all of that. The other is going to be a timeline of all of the, court filings from October to May with that big, document dump that was given to the public, and there were a lot of subpoenas and a lot of, motions to squash, Richard Allen's mental health records from the, facility where he's being held right now, Westfield facility. So this might be just that they've finally actually gotten to that point where the judge is ruling on these particular motions. So there has been a history, at least within the documentation, of this being a back and forth. The defense does not want to give these papers up. They believe they're irrelevant, privacy reasons, things like that. The state is really, really wanting these particular information. So let's get into the article. Carroll County, Indiana. Attorneys for Delphi murder suspect Richard Allen are asking the court to deny the prosecution access to their client's mental health and medical records. In September, Carroll County prosecutor Nick McClelland subpoenaed Allen's health records from his time in captivity. So I do have all those, and I will be going through and showing you the timeline when they asked for this, so I will try to make sense. It's just, again, as I said, I am about as competent on Canva as a 4-year-old. So it's going, but it's not going well. I have given myself a 2-week deadline, and, I work better with deadlines, but it's still going about as fast as a turtle with peanut butter. Really is. Uh The subpoena sought results from examinations and evaluations that Allen has undergone at Westfield Correctional Facility since November 3rd, 2022. Allen faces 2 counts of murders in the deaths of Abby Williams and Liberty German near the Modon High Bridge in February 2017. State police announced his arrest in October 2020, more than 5 years after the killings. This week, his attorneys filed a pair of motions seeking to quash the subpoena request. The prosecution wanted the defense to turn over, quote, any other documents, records, notes, videos, and/or writings that the facility may have pertaining to Allen's physical and mental health. I mean, as you can see, this gentleman has suffered a very sharp decline in health, and regardless of how you feel about him right now, we should presume him innocent, and he should be housed in a place where he is not deteriorated to this point. In filing, Allen's attorney characterized the subpoena as unreasonable and oppressive. They argue the records contain personal information about Allen that is protected by law. The defense also pointed out that Allen raised issues about his mental condition in his request to be moved from Westfield or Westville to another facility. Allen and his attorneys previously said he's been held in isolation for the bulk of his time in captivity. And here's what I don't get. So again, he has not been found guilty. The state is claiming that he is in isolation for his safety. And we are making, rightly so, people have big issues with the parents in Florida locking their son up in isolation. And when we do it to Richard Allen for, almost a full year now, it's just because it's for his safety. It just it I want justice to be the justice I thought we had before I stopped or started watching all these trials. For a bulk of its time in captivity, resulting in mental and physical decline. Quote, the Carroll County prosecutor, by his own admission, has, quote, no dog in this fight because a safekeeping order of November 3rd, 2022, transfer jurisdiction of defendant Allen from Carroll County Sheriff to Indiana Department of Corrections, the filing said. Allen's attorney wrote that they have not filed an insanity defense, nor have they requested a competency evaluation of Allen, meaning his mental state is not an issue in the guilt or innocent phase of this proceeding. The attorneys also wrote that requested information is not likely to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. Special Judge Fran Gull of Allen County is overseeing the case. Allen is scheduled to go on trial in January 2024. So, I mean, again, you can see how this man has deteriorated from, and again, if he's guilty, as I said, if they can prove him guilty, then good going on him. I want them to find justice. That's the bottom line. But our justice system shouldn't take a man from this to this. And I'll stand firmly on that. The next article, prosecutors respond to defense's ritualistic murder theory in Delphi case, calls Odinism theory, quote, unfounded. So this is going to be about the response to the memo that the defense laid out. The Carroll County Prosecutor's Office filed its response to several allegations made by attorneys for Delphi murder suspect Richard Allen. In a series of documents filed in court Tuesday, the prosecutor's office accused Allen's defense team of making, quote, unfounded accusations that are supported by, quote, absolutely no proof. That's odd because everything that I've read thus far in the memo is from the discovery that they had. But again, according to articles, the defense team just got to use the colloquial term, butt tons of new discovery that the state has been holding on to for reasons unknown. And the state is still holding on to, yep, well, hello, Thor. I love you too. No, I'm not in the middle of a video. No, I would love to pet you. Prosecutor Nick McClelland accused the defense of, quote, consuming the limited resources of the office and this court with repetitive motions that lack any factual basis. Allen is charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the death of Abby Williams and Liberty German in February 2017. Allen's attorneys, Bradley Rossi and Andrew Baldwin, laid out an extraordinary alternative theory behind the killings. In a motion filed in September, Allen's attorneys asserted that the murders were, quote, ritualistic in nature and blamed followers of Odinism, a religion based in Norse tradition that had been co-opted in recent years by white supremacist groups. Allen's attorneys alleged that the guards personally overseeing their clients were adherents of Odinites' beliefs. They also said the guards threatened Allen and used tasers on him on 2 occasions. They accused the guards of wearing patches linked to Odinism and intimidating Allen as he awaited trial. In sworn affidavits submitted Tuesdays, the guards assigned to Allen said that they were not practitioners of Odinism. One did say he wore patches specific to a religious higher power, the same way Christian persons wear crosses. Another guard in a sworn affidavit said that he practiced Norse pagan heathenry and wore patches that could be mistaken for Odinism, but were not related to a cult or hate group. The guards did say they removed patches from their uniform in September at the order of their commanders. This followed the defense's stunning allegation in their motions. The warden, in a sworn affidavit, said no one in command had an agenda related to Odinism or, quote, ever ordered anyone under their command to harass or threaten Allen. He also said he hadn't received any reports that the guards mistreated Allen. As for using a taser on Allen, the guards confirmed that they had employed a taser twice between May 9th, 2023 and May 25th, 2023. Allen's attorneys argued that these were retaliatory measures meant to threaten and intimidate Allen. The guards contend Allen was tased twice because we could not get him to comply with our orders. Quote, the correctional officers were required to follow protocol when dealing with an inmate who is in violation of the rules, the filing said. The guards didn't do it, quote, out of anger or spite or in an effort to hurt the defendant or treat him inhumanely. The guards said they have not been subjected to excessive force complaint during their time at Westfield Correctional Facility. Allen has been housed there since November 3rd, 2022, and is kept in segregation unit for his safety and protection. Allen's attorneys allege mistreatment of their client at the facility and expressed concerns about his mental and physical well-being. But in a July ruling related to the safekeeping order, the court found Allen was being treated more favorably than other inmates in the facility, prosecutor Nick McLeland noted. The defense team accused guards of being guards of unjust and inhumane treatment. To that, the prosecution responded that once again, the allegations in the defense's motion, while colorful and dramatic, are not correct, according to the filing. The prosecution's response also shot down the Odinism theory, saying the patch worn by the guards reflect their religious beliefs and are not associated with any kind of cult. Allen's defense team criticized a guard for failing to leave Allen alone with his wife when she visited, implying that the guard should leave his post and risk his employment so the defendant and his wife could have more privacy, according to the filing. The fact that the defense expects the defendant and his wife to have intimate privacy in a prison is astonishing, the response said. In a filing related to the discovery in the case, the defense complained that the state hasn't turned over all evidence in a timely manner. The prosecution said it has turned over evidence to the best of its ability, including thousands of tips consisting of phone messages, emails, thousands of police reports, video interviews, audio interviews, lab reports, pictures, phone extractions, and other documents of the like from multiple investigative agencies, including state and federal resources. It has taken, quote, hundreds of man hours to copy paper documents and millions of terabytes of electronic data for the defense, the prosecutors argued. The state has no objection to the defense's desired November 1 deadline to turn over all evidence in the case, adding prosecutors don't believe they're in possession of any exculpatory evidence or intentionally withheld any evidence. The state also asked that the defense team be held to the same November deadline to turn over its discovery materials, including list of witnesses, recorded statements, documents, photographs, and other evidence. Special Judge Fran Gull of Allen County issued the court order setting November 1st discovery deadline for the state to produce all of its discovery evidence. The order noted that the state didn't object to the deadline. Earlier Tuesday, Allen's lawyer asked the court to quash subpoenas requested by the state concerning Allen's mental and medical health records at Westfield. So there you go. The state obviously, kind of logically is saying that the defense is full of caca about the whole Odinism thing and is asking for the mental health records and saying that regardless of the guards having suspicious patches on, that Richard Allen is fine. Prosecutors say Richard Allen is safe despite guards' Odinism patches. So the headline here is a bit salacious and misleading, but here we go. Delphi, Indiana. In response, filed Thursday, the state says moving Richard Allen from the Westfield Correctional Facility is unwarranted despite acknowledging the presence of patches linked to a white nationalist group known as Odinism. Well, I mean, that's not exactly what the other article said, but Court TV may know something different. I am just giving you the articles as they come out. As I said, I'm busy doing other things and I am trying to dig in as much as I can, but 6 children. Allen is charged with murdering Abigail Abby Williams, 13, and Liberty Libby German, 14, who disappeared while walking the Delphi Historical Trail on February 13th, 2017. The girls' bodies were found the next day, less than half a mile from the Monon Bridge. In September, Allen's attorneys requested an immediate transfer from the facility due to concerns for his safety. The motion for immediate transfer stated Allen was in danger due to the alleged presence of Odinists within the facility. Allen's defense attorney stated that Allen was being safeguarded by Odinist guards, an issue because his defense asserted in its motion that Odinists were actually responsible for Libby and Abby's death in 2017. The defense said on multiple occasions they noticed correctional officers wearing badges signifying ties to Odinism, a pagan Norse religion, and some parts of it have been co-opted by white nationalist groups. In Thursday's response, the state said that the colorful, dramatic request from the defense is not correct and there is no threat to Richard Allen in the Westfield Correctional Facility. The state, using a signed affidavit by Westfield Correctional Facility Warden John Gallipew, acknowledged that officers within the facility wore Odinist patches, but said the officers have since been told not to wear them. Uh, Gallipew also acknowledged that there were inmates within the facility who practice Odinism, but said none have direct contact with Richard Allen. The 2 officers named by the defense in its motion signed affidavits for the state stating they never harassed Richard Allen, nor had one-on-one interactions with Allen. They also stated that neither had conversations with Allen and they were not recorded. The state also rebuked the state's defense use of inmate testimony that Allen was treated unfairly. The inmate in question is Robert Baston, who is serving a sentence for child bad touch. The state claims that Baston has a history of complaints against the staff at the facility in an attempt to reduce or modify his sentence for his heinous crime. The motion filed by the defense and the state's response will head to the desk of Special Judge Fran Gull for consideration. So that's what I have for you for today. I am working diligently to get those other things done and get you that art or that interview out and hopefully get some more in-depth things that are original out. But I did want to get those articles out to you because sometimes you guys don't have time to read all the articles as they come out. And since I'm local, I get little notices of local news article that might not show up on national news. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe and share. I'm fairly close to 500. I don't like to toot my own horn because I like to toot your horns. That didn't sound right. Phrasing, Mo. But you guys are the one that make this channel happen. So thank you so much for getting me very close to 500. That is amazing because as someone who has to say things 9 bajillion times to get them done, it's nice to have almost 400, well, almost 500 people that like to listen to me sometimes. I know, mom stuff. But thank you guys so very much. You make this channel happen. So have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I hope you enjoy this. Well, it's fall weather now. So if I hear Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer one more again, I'm gonna lose it because it's now fall and everything smells like pumpkin spice. I will see you all in a little bit. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Bye, guys.